I'm really perplexed why there's such a misunderstanding about the term refraction. Snell's law, light travels straight. When it hits a medium, it's going to bend downward, likely, because density goes down. It's going to bend downward toward the denser medium. I just don't understand where the logic comes into play that that's going to make something below you appear up and straight and look like a flat Earth, right? Like, the claim is refraction makes a globe Earth look like a flat Earth. That's one of the ways I should be able to describe that, because that's what you guys are claiming, right? If we see anything that's beyond the globe horizon, it's refraction, right? But like, nothing in the universe works like that, where you get to just make your way through twisty, turny, waves of light and heat and humidity, and then look like the original object without bending and distorting and obstructing, right? The definition is completely abused and hijacked. I just don't understand it. You guys are literally claiming refraction makes a globe Earth look like a flat Earth, right? Refraction makes a globe Earth look like a flat Earth. It's not really flat though, and I'm supposed to believe that. Yeah, atmospheric refraction doesn't make a globe Earth look like a flat Earth, okay? Atmospheric refraction obscures, it obstructs, and it mirages. It never brings anything into focus beyond a physical barrier. Yeah, no. You guys can't use that word anymore. Refraction. And when you use refraction, you're just ultimately saying it's just making a globe Earth look like a flat Earth. Yeah, okay. Silly glurf.
What up, fam? So you want to see sea cables laid out on a flat Earth map? No problem. Here you go. Makes much more sense. And if you missed the first video, here's a refresher of what it looks like on their cartoon wall.
Alright, you see the red line right here? And that's the sun path. And then you see that right there? Aurora Borealis, center Earth, where the portal is. Yeah, right there. You see that? You see that sun path right there? And you see that right there? And you see the northern lights in the center? And then you see the portal right there? What do you think? Yeah? Makes sense? Alright, so if a 4-year-old gets it, then you can get it too. Flat Earth, baby.
Gravity just got debunked. Again. Supposedly, gravity is strong enough to hold down an elephant and buildings stuck to the ground, but it can't pull down this tennis shoe which hangs with the help of a magnet. Magnetism is real. We can test and prove it exists. Gravity is just BS.
So there is an enormous parallel between the two. It's a great beauty that electricity acts in a way that is very parallel to the way that gravity works. If you compare electricity with gravity, you will see that electric forces are way more powerful than gravitational forces. So what holds our world together? On an atomic scale, up to thousands of kilometers, it's really electric forces that hold our world together.
It's really electric forces that hold our world together.
Hey sheeple, tonight when the moon comes out, do me a favor, look at it, and then tell me how it's possible that this here photo was taken from the moon and the Earth is so small. You can see the moon in the sky. Take the scale, use your imagination, and realize that the Earth, if this was truly taken from the moon, which by the way, look at this foreground, you guys, should cover the whole f***ing screen. The Earth should be covering the entire background because the Earth is that close to the moon. NASA, we're on to you.
Starlink. I think everybody's curious what Starlink is. Let me first say what it's not. It's not satellites in orbit, in Earth's orbit. It's just not that, okay? Go find any single image you can. It's all CGI. I promise you it's not orbiting Earth. But let's get into what it actually is. And I think this video might have some really good evidence, maybe for the first time I've ever seen of anyone. Let's first look though. How big is a satellite? A satellite, a Starlink satellite, is supposedly the size of a table. Okay, so we can all think of what the size of a table is. Now, how high is Starlink supposed to be? Let's look at that. All right, it is supposed to be 341 miles high above the Earth's surface. Okay, so that's pretty high. 341, we don't really have a good perspective of it, but let's take a look at a plane. Okay, we can all picture, we've all seen what a plane looks like at night. This plane is only 15,000 feet. Okay, it's only around 3 miles up compared to 341 miles. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, we've all seen that. We know, we can kind of compare the size, it looks, we've seen that, right? Now let's look what a Starlink satellite looks like. Looks roughly the same size and distance, right? Yeah, that's supposed to be 341 miles away, and that plane was only 3 miles away. And these are supposed to be the size of tables versus a plane that could be literally hundreds of yards long. Something doesn't sit right. What is it? I'm going to show you what it is. Right here.
That's Venice.
I know you think it's crazy, but I'm going to show you it's not. Here's another thing they're putting right in front of us, right in the TV and movies to show us what they're using. Mission Impossible, showing how this technology works. You just have cameras facing away and they project an image, just like this. The camera is facing backwards, it projects the image forwards. That's a great scene in that movie. Now let me go back. Let's go back to Starlink and see if we see anything fishy, shall we? All right, Starlink. Let's take a look here. Let's look at this black dot and how that kind of changes a little bit. Okay, it could just be part of, I don't know what, maybe just the camera. Okay, but to me, it looks like there's something larger moving here. We'll show other parts that these stars kind of disappear. Watch this. Watch the stars kind of disappear. They kind of move all of a sudden, they hop. If you just look, you're going to see a larger thing moving here because it is just projecting those lights. Those aren't satellites in space, people. It is just a hologram projecting what is behind it to your line of view. Wake up, there's no Starlink in space. Elon Musk is a liar. So is NASA.
And the sun stood still and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven and hasted not to go down about a whole day. God commanded the sun to stay still, not the earth. NASA says the earth spins at 1,100 miles per hour. If it were to stop suddenly, there would be massive cataclysmic events due to the sudden stop of motion, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Definition of circuit: a roughly circular line, route, or movement that starts and finishes at the same place. So again the sun moves in circuits above the earth remains still. Behold, I will bring again the shadow of the degrees, which is gone down in the sundial of Ahaz 10 degrees backward. So the sun returned 10 degrees, by which degrees it was gone down. The sun is moving, not the earth.
What's your big goal, dream?
I want to be an astronaut.
Gets me every time.
Oh my God. You're serious? Okay.
I know I make fun of SpaceX and NASA a lot, but let me say something. I know there are probably truly good humans that work there. Not everybody is in on the lie. A lot of jobs are compartmentalized and you just work on your one thing. And for some reason that makes people, because I worked on a screw that goes on a shuttle, I know it's going to Mars for sure. Astronauts are definitely in on it. They're all Freemasons. They know what's going on. But this is what I want to talk about today. This looks like a giant bounce house, right? They put truth in plain sight for you to see, to mock you, to rub things in your face. This is literally a NASA space station in England. It's there. It's clear to see. It's mocking you. If you haven't seen some of my videos that I've done on how rockets for SpaceX and NASA are helium balloons, please go check those out. But look at this. Come on. It's a bounce house.
What up, fam? Your boy Let's Get Triggered is back. I'm sure most of you saw this SpaceX launch. Now, if you look at time lapses of the majority of rocket launches, the trajectory is always curved. Why? Because it's obviously going into water. But this one seemed to go almost straight up for the most part. And when they do that, they seem to hit some sort of barrier. It's called the firmament. So obviously they're not going to tell you that the rocket hit some sort of barrier up there. But SpaceX says that it lost contact and that it had to self-destruct. I don't buy it. Or maybe, just maybe, it hit the firmament. It's like Scripture says, there's waters above, and when you see it hit, boom, looks like a splash of water. Coincidence? I don't think so. This is not the only one. There's plenty of videos of rockets hitting the firmament. And then it slowly repairs itself. You can't leave Earth, guys. And probably just a coincidence that it had 33 booster engines on it, because they're definitely not obsessed with the number 33. The part that was kind of cool is on X or Twitter, the word firmament was actually trending the day that this happened. So, tons of people are waking up. It's up to you, Globers, if you want to stay asleep or not.
Does anyone want to tell me how in 1927 Universal Studios came up with this picture of the world, when the first picture of the world wasn't available until the 60s? Through none other than who? NASA, right? Almost 40 years later, how did Universal Studios know this is what the world looked like, y'all? Especially from space, when we haven't been to space yet at that point. Does anyone know? Or does anyone want to guess? I'll tell you. The reason lying about the shape of the Earth and making it into a ball is simple. Because you can cut off any land you want and keep them hidden. Watch this demonstration and you tell me if this doesn't make f***ing sense.
Reason for lying about the shape of the Earth and making it into a ball is because when you turn it into a ball, you can cut off any land you want and keep it hidden. For example, we will take this map, we will cut out a piece, and we will take this flat piece and wrap it around a ball. Now this is where I tell you that this is all there is. You can only go to destinations that are on the globe because you now believe that's all there is. But we still have all the land that I cut off earlier. It's seriously that easy, and when you consider it, it really is a plausible reason to lie.
Such a plausible reason to lie. It's called the American dream because you have to be a f***ing sleep to believe it.
We gotta talk. You see this thing? Have you ever seen it drive before? Have you seen the real videos of this? Driving around on the moon? I never did until I looked into Flat Earth. And let me tell you, it's pretty funny. Let's check it out. This is a real video. The real footage. Although it's been enhanced. They'll show that at the end, but just watch this thing. Is that max acceleration? You're really bouncing. Whoa. You're really bouncing. A rooster tail out of all four wheels. Let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. So if you take a look here, this is the actual tire, okay? And when I first saw the video, I was like, is that inflated tires? Wouldn't they pop? But here you go. There's an answer for it. But this also explains why there was a rooster tail of sand and dust and all of that. And I know one thing that the Globers use as an excuse for how they know the video is authentic is that they can watch and analyze the dirt and sand that's being thrown off of the wheels, and they could say, oh look, it's because of the moon having 1/6 the gravity of Earth. That's how it's floating down. But let's take a look at it again, in case any of you want to read what it's made of. It just looks like it's in slow motion to me. I thought this video was in slow motion when I first watched it, and sure as hell no, it's not actually in slow motion. They blame the look of that on the fact that there's 1/6 of the gravity allegedly on the moon. I mean, come on, if that's not slow motion, what? How'd they even get this thing on the rover? We're gonna have to look into that, guys. I need to know how they got this thing in the rover, off, all of that, okay? We gotta look into it. But you guys need to go watch this video and just think about it. Is this not in slow motion? That's weird. And hey, Globers. I know the claim is that it's not, okay? I understand. I just don't believe it. Alright? Now I went ahead and sped this clip up to only 2x. You cannot tell me that doesn't look more natural. Watch this thing when it comes back around. This is undeniable. The sand and dirt fall perfect as if it was here on Earth. And remember, stay flat, my buds.
Good morning, Muggleland. As we hit the internet today, the keyboard warriors have a difficult task of protecting their ego and also their indoctrination. To hit the narrative real quick, they had to hit the self-destruct button on Elon's rocket because there's no such thing as a firmament. You absolutely live on a spinning space ball, and plenty of rockets have gone into outer space. It's funny, not long ago the word firmament itself was conspiracy. But remember, the goal here is to get people to believe that the Earth and the universe were created from nothing and that there is no creator. So if you come across someone who follows Scripture, it's important to tell them that firmament was just a misinterpretation from the Bible.
Here's how a globe-tard sounds when defending the globe Earth theory without the help of NASA and without the help of CGI Photoshop.
Look in your eyes, viva la música, say you be mine. Get out this feeling forever, gonna live this moment together, nothing else matters, just you and the night. So long always our desire, not the rhythm's taking you higher, no one can stop us from having it all. You are my heart, you are my soul. All I need is a rhythm divine, lost in the music, yeah, will be mine. All I need is to look in your eyes, viva la música, say you be mine.
Don't waste any more time. Visit the links above now and order my book 16 Emergency Landings Proving Flat Earth. Visit my online store now and order the new enhanced Gleason's Flat Earth map. This map used to be in every school and library in the nation before NASA was created in 1958, when the maps were ordered removed. Have your Gleason's map hanging on the wall in your house where no government can take it down. Here you see it hanging on a wall in the house of the late Charles K. Johnson. Here is a quote from the book 1984 by George Orwell. Every record has been destroyed or falsified, every book rewritten. Every picture has been repainted. Every statue and street building has been renamed. Every date has been altered. And the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Order your map now.